Uh, C is a 6, J is 16, right? J is 16 days and K is 22, right? 22 days. And I also 10, and it is 20. Right? So if you are doing like this, after placing the durations, you can see here, you go this path, right? E, F, right? 32 plus 8 is the 40 days, right? In this point, 40 days. To come this path, 16 plus 10, how many days? 26. So therefore, we have to consider the highest one, right? We have to consider the highest one. So 40. Then here 16, here 14. Here 16 plus 20, 40. So 40. Then after that, you check here, this is 40 because here 14 plus 16, 20 is 30, but here this makes 40, therefore we are considering. So then 40 plus 22 is 66. 62. 62. That is 62. 62 plus 10, right? This is 72. To come this way, 40 plus 20, that is 60. If you come this way, 40 plus 6, 46. So therefore, the 72 is the project durations, normal duration of the projects. So the critical path, right? Critical path, you see here, the critical path is B. B. G, right? This is reaching 40. Then this dummy, and K, K, and I. Right. So this is the critical path. So now we can calculate the normal cost. What is the normal cost? Normal cost is equal how much? 33 into 600 600 plus the fixed cost, site cost 72 into 300. How much? 72 into 300. 21,600.
600.
Right. So therefore the normal cost is equal how much? Yes, 33,600. 55,200. 5,200. Right. This is the normal cost of the projects. Normal durations. Normal duration equal to 70 days. Critical path critical path E E G D E round E into I. Okay. So this is the critical path. Okay. So normal variations. Normally paths are there in this diagrams. Okay. How many paths are there in this diagram?
5.
Oh. So the first one P1, we will put P1. Okay. P1 is about A F C, right? E F C. How many days it will take? 30, 40, 46. 46 days. Right? 46 days is there. Part 2. Part 2. B. D. B. D.
C.
How much? 15 plus 10, 26. 26 plus 6, how much? 30?
32 days.
32 days. And 32 days, right? The second one. Then fourth one is about part 3. P3 is about B. D. E, G, and H. How many days? 40 plus 20, 60 days. 60 days. Right? 60 days. Then the critical path. T4 is a critical path. T4 critical path. Last one is about EJKO. EJKO. P5. J K. It is
62.
because there are 5 parts are there. Okay, so normal duration is 72 days. Here 14 plus 16 is 14 plus 16 plus 22 plus 10. 62 days, right? So these are the parts. This is normal duration, normal cost, right? So we know how to get this indirect cost. 30, 72 multiplied by 300. It, so the first part is OP. Then normal duration, normal cost, critical path. With these OP. Now we are going to go the cash in durations. Cash durations, we know that 6, 12, 8, 10, right? So the same network diagrams, we have to change this. We have to change this. So that this one. Cash duration diagrams. I'm copying it here. Right? You can save the time. The diagram is this. Okay. Then below all these adjustments. So if you put it, the cash durations A is 6, right? A is 6, B is 12, C is 4. Just apply. A6, right? B is 4, B is 12, right? B is 10, all the cash duration. Then you check the paths, right? It will take 50 days. Remember, the second example also typical path is not changing. V, G, W, that is 12 plus 28, here 24, here 18 plus 6, 24, here 20, so 28, okay. Here 32, if you come this way, 28 plus 16, 28 plus 16 plus that is 52. Okay. Minimum durations. Mass durations, the minimum durations. These are cash duration. minimum durations. Fast durations or minimum durations. Okay. It's 72 days. Sorry, 52 days. Okay. Now we have to find the cost. Now you see that very examples all are same cost law. Now we have to look into this critical activities. What are the critical activities? B is a critical activities. G also critical activities. A also critical activities. D also. All these four are critical activities. So if you go back to table, B is a critical. G also critical. And A also critical. B also critical. These are the critical activities. So now we show all them. Apart from non-critical activities, we have to check whether this reduction is meaningful or not. Okay. So for that, what they have to do that now? The non-critical activities, I want to make it separately. Out of this non-critical into this one. This I need to remove all these critical activities. Yes, I want to sort it as a non-critical activities. So among these non-critical activities, right now you see many activities are non-critical activities. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven activities are non-critical activities. These non-critical activities, so we have to consider about right, which has first possible. Why is that? Which has the highest post node we have to look into. So which is the highest post node out of this seven? Which is the highest post node out of this seven items?
If
So we have to rank this as a one. Which is a one. Okay. Highest score post slope is F. So that is lowest one. Post slope means students, this is individual cost. Which is the highest post slope? Per day. Look into the per day one, huh? Not total. It is the lowest one, 120 per day. Right? It is the lowest one. Right? It is the lowest one.
J is highest one, sir.
Which is highest one?
J.
J is the highest one. Okay, then we put it as a 1. Which is the second highest. It is the second highest.
P.
Second highest is sorry.
T.
E.
T.
C. Okay. That is the second highest. What is the third highest?
E.
E is the third.
E.
It's the third one. Because it has 360. And fourth one is E, no? B is fourth one. Fifth one is about
H.
Hmm?
H.
fifth one. Then this is sixth one. A is the sixth one. This is the seventh one. This is very lowest question. Daily example, Mula saved 1,000 rupees. So therefore we don't face difficulties. Because now you see all these are non-critical activities. Out of these non-critical activities, right, we have to order it, which is the highest force law as order. This is the first one, A. The first one, B. This is the second one, C. Right, third one, E, like that. We are considering force law is the highest one. Why we have to consider the highest one? If you make the lowest one earlier, then we cannot accommodate the highest. So if you are accommodating the highest one, we have advantages. Cost-wise, we have advantages. So that's why this priority is important, right? You have to consider about this. It's a very important point. Why we have to prioritize here? If you accommodate the lowest one first, we cannot accommodate the highest one second. Because all the adjustment we have to do within these 52 days. So as far as possible, we have to add, re-add and recalculate the durations without adjusting this 52. The highest one, if you adjust highest one first, we have more cost-wise more advantage. Say now I am going to show it to you, right? So J per day, how many? Per day was what is the cost slope? 560. So 2 days we have reduced. We have to check whether these 2 days are really needed. So now you see, if you take J, guys, J, right? J is here. I am going to add 2 days. What will happen? Think about what will happen. We will calculate the project durations. Here 10 plus 14, how much? 20. 4 plus 26. At this point, right? At this point become 26. No issue on that. So therefore, J J for the activity J for the activity J 2 days into how much? 560. How much? 1000, 120, 1120. We can eliminate from this additional increase of 12,360. I can put a table like this. Extra cost increase how much totally due to caching? How much total increase of extra cost? How much increase extra after reduction? So 72 days reduced by 52 days. Extra cost is how much? Look at the table and say what is the extra cost? 12,000.
306.
12,360. Right, okay. Additional cost is due to crashing. Additional cost is 12,360. Now, from this 12,360, now we consider activity J. Number of days reduced to Oslo 500, right? 500. So therefore, right, 2 into 500, 2 into 560. So 205, 2 into 560. That is how much? This 1,120. We have to reduce it. Right? Do you understand it, students? Otherwise, please ask for that. Hello, did you get the point, students? You understand? Please,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
otherwise we cannot speak. Right? Otherwise you can easily silently you can see that I do your words. Right? We have to suffer lots to understand the realities. Then after 2 class pass, they say, sir, we didn't get, sir, please explain, sir. That is injustice. So we have to reply. Otherwise, we cannot speak well words. Then I have to put my records and leave it. So the J, now you see that J, 16 days normal duration, make it as a 14 days, there are 2 days. The cost is increased, right? 1,120. So 120. that is unnecessarily increase the cost. So therefore, out of this 12,600, we can reduce it. We can reduce it. So now you see this project duration is now, there is no changes, but we make adjustment in J. Okay, that's all. Then we have to, okay, now we have finished this one. Okay, this is finished. First priority is finished. Then I put a tick mark. This is finished. Second priority is which one? C. Then I consider activity C. Activity C. Activity C. Because that is the next highest force law. C. Where I see 400. Now look at C. We have reduced 16 to 6 days into 4 days. 2 days we have reduced. So now you see if you add 2 days, what is the effect? What is the effect on project durations? Is there any effect?
No.
Huh? No. Because you see that these are non-critical activities. We are reduced it also unnecessarily. The cost is increased by how much? Due to these reductions. 400 into 2, 800. So therefore, the C also, we have to make this adjustment. 2 into 400, how much? 800. Two into 200, that is about 800. That is into 800. We have to, right? We have to minus it because unnecessarily we have increased the cost by 800 rupees by reducing TTC by 2 days. There is no need. There is no need. Therefore, we have to remove it. That's the purpose. Okay, then C also I have completed. C also okay. Put a tick mark. C. Then third priority is which one? Third one is E. Look at E. Look at E. In the diagram, E, you see that 14 days, we have make it as a 10 days. 4 days we have used. 2 days we have. So E, I see here. You see that E, if you add 4 days, what will happen? Look at carefully. If you add 4 days, what will happen? Because the 10 days, E there is a 14 days there, reduced by 10, so 4 days. If you add 4 days, what will happen? This project duration become 14. This point, 14 plus 14 plus this much, how much? 14 plus 16 now. No? 16 how much? 30. Right? 14 plus this become 30. Now you see within this range, look at the important points. Within this range, you see here, in this range, in this range, from the starting to here, already we have made this one, right? So we cannot, okay, if without making this one, if you make this one, what will happen? 10 plus 4, 14. 14 plus, here is 14, how much? 28. 28 days. So now you see here there is a two bargaining points, right? Here 2 days, right? Already we have adjusted. Which one? J. 2 days we have already adjusted. Okay. So then it's reduce the cost by 1120. Without doing this, right? Without doing this, I put the cost without doing this. Okay, without doing this, we get it down. Only move have to do. Without doing this, if you make adjustments in E all 2 days, what will happen? You do much from going how much? So slope how much? E
360.
360. 360. What will happen? This is possible, right? We can do it. This possible without affecting this duration 28. So we can serve only how much? 360 into that 1440. I put it here 1440. We can adjust it in the post. That is one option is there. What is other options? This is one and only option, right? E only for 4 days, right? Then we can adjust by this amount. But if you already adjusted here highest post slope, we have did that 100 and 1120 we have reduced. We have other options here 2 days, J 2 days, E 2 days also possible. We make adjustment in E 2 days, what will happen? That is possible, no? Without affecting the duration. Did you get the point? 2 days into 360.
Recording in progress.
Now we have make a decisions which is advantage, whether reducing 4 days here, adding 4 days from E alone, or adding J 2 days, E 2 days, which is advantage.
J 2 days and E 2 days adding.
That is the purpose of priorities. I hope now you got the point. Right? If you are doing alone, if you make adjustment alone here 4 days, only we can adjust the cost 1440. Without doing that, making adjustment 2 days in J because the highest cost low, because it's the highest cost low. Right? So therefore, without right. So considering 2 days in J and additional 2 days in E, then it will take advantage of 1840. So therefore, our choice is what? right? Only E 2 days is our case. I hope you can understand. Then I remove this one because E 2 days has no advantage for us, right? E 2 days and J 2 days is no advantage for us. Therefore, here we have to put this one. Okay? If you are not understanding, please tell that. So in the diagram now, what is adjustment? We instead of making 2 days, we have only made 2 days. Then you see that 12 plus 14 plus 2, how much? 28. Now it's okay. Now this is also become part of the critical path. Okay. So instead of 4 days in E, better to make it as a 2 days. Then we have more advantages, right? Because J2 days, J2 days, J2 days, and E2 days, we have no advantage than only considering E4 days, not somewhere. We have no advantage considering J2 days and E2 days than only considering activity E days because of the prioritizing. Because of prioritizing. Okay? Right. Once do you get the point?
Yes.
So what is the next fourth priority is D. Fourth priority is D. So I put J and E is a yellow one, shaded one, because we know that connection is there. That's why to understand it now. So then next priority is D. So if you look at the D, that is our next priority, D, fourth priority is. Look at the D, where is D in the diagram? 12 plus 8, 20 days. So D also we have how many days adjusted? Plus how many days we have adjusted in the D? D, you see that 2 days. 10 come 8, 2 days. So we can add this 2 days. No, we can add 2 days. That's why 12 plus 12 plus now it's become 10, 8 plus 2, 10, 22. But here 24 is within that range we can adjust. So therefore D is now how much? 10 days. So then we put a D here. D here. Then 2 into how much? What's new? 300. That is 600. It's about 600. Right? That also we have to make adjustment. Okay. Then this also we have to mention. We also mention. Then it is the fifth priority is H. Now you see H 20 gives us 16 4 days. Then if you go to H, you see you come this way is 28. 28 plus 16, 44. Then we add 4 here also broken. Add 4 days. If we add 4 days, then you will get it 28 plus 20, 48, no? 48 days. So H 4 days. each 4 days. Going to how much? For slope? 280, no? 280. It's about 1,120. You see that this one by one we are doing step by step, carefully observe it, right? This maximum explanations I am giving to you, right? Maximum explanations I am giving to you. Okay. So HS also we are doing. There are 2 more additional activities are there. Then A, next priority is A. If you go A, now you see that 24. What will happen? A, how many days to use? 2 days, no? 8, 6, 2 days. What will happen if you add 2 days in A? No problem. Because it's become now 8. Become now 8. It's become now 8, huh? Not 6. When changing, huh? 8. 8 plus 18. How much? 20.
6.
26 plus 6, how much?
32.
30, no problem. So if you come this way, B12, here 10, 22. No problem, right? So within this way, you can make. So A 2 days is also possible. A, 2 days into much 116. 160. How much is 320? Okay, now here also we have the last one is okay. See that we are doing an incremental order. First highest force load, then worst. If you are doing the A first, sometimes we cannot do adjustments in the higher force load activities. That is the reason for prioritizing, huh? Right. So the last one is the F. Check the F, whether possible to adjust it. F counts at 26. F how many days they reduce? How many days they reduce? 32 minus
14 days.
14 days they reduce. 14 days. Now can you tell me how many days we can adjust in A? Sorry, F. Here now become as 8. How many days we can adjust in F? Can you do all 14s? So you see, this is 8. Okay. 8 plus 32 plus 6. How much? 46. Okay. You can do it, no? Add all 14s. See what happened. We check, huh? We are not going to do anything from you. We have to check. Now you see that here 8. 8 plus 18 plus 14 plus here 4 plus 2 is 6. So ultimately it's come to 46. Right? So but here how many days it will become as 2 plus 8 plus 8 plus 32. 8 plus 32 now it's become 40 here. Right? Here what will happen? 12 plus 12. Right? So no problem. Right? This is open minded. Within that we can make. So 14 days. Next 14 days. Anybody find any mistake? You can tell now. 14 days into days into 110. Anybody find a mistake? Please tell me. Yeah? If I'm doing anything going wrong, you can tell that. So 14 into 120, how much? 1,608. Thousand 608. Now you see that all these things as unnecessary by reducing the durations. So what is the total amount now? Anybody can you say about it? Total amount? These reductions, all these reductions point. 1,120, 800, 120, 600, 120, 820, plus 1,600. How much? Thousand 360. Okay. So rather than putting individually, right? Adjustment. Okay. Now, what is the next net effect?
6,000.
6,000. 6,000. So now, what is the associated cost? Minimum duration 52 days. What is the associated cost? Right. So be careful that in this sum, this this will come. Okay. 33,600 will come. Okay. 33,600 plus how much? By crashing, how much increase now? Hmm? By crashing, our cost is increased by how much?
6,000.
Right. So this 33,600 plus 6,000 plus plus what? 52 into
300.
300. 52 into 300. How much that one?
50,600.
15,600. 15,600. So therefore, here 15,600. Now what is the total? $52,000, 55,200. Is it okay? So this is the calculations, right? This is the calculations. This is the extra cost increase due to crashing. All these things we make adjustment. Right? All these things we made adjustment. Right? All these things we made adjustments. I explained step by step. Now really additional increases how much? Additional increase really is how much? Not 12,360. It's actually 6,000 additional increase. That is this. The and fixed forces as usual 52 into 300, that is 15,600. Okay, then the other one is 33,600. So therefore, altogether, the minimum duration is 52 days. Minimum duration is 52 days, right? And the associated cost is how much? 55,200 rupees. Any doubts? Please ask. Any doubts you want to clarify, students? Any doubts? No doubts. So the normal duration 72 days. Normal cost is 55,200. Crash duration 52 days. Crash duration 52 days. Is associated cost 55,200. 55,200. Both are same. You see that? Both are same. Right? Later come by it is same. Right? Now we are moving into just, shall we move into the next part, third part? No. Now please say yes or no that I can see it, otherwise no signal. Yes, these are explaining is a very difficult task. Just simple things to explain all this. And that you can understand it, my difficult things also partially. Okay, now we will move to the third part. Right? So it's about, what is that? Third section is about what? Minimum, minimum,
Cost.
minimum cost, associated duration. Very good. Minimum cost, right? Minimum cost, associated durations. For that, I told that we have to start the normal diagrams informations, right? Normal diagrams informations, as usual. I copy this normal diagram informations. Right, to see that for the calculations we need this table. Activities, path. We have identified 5 paths. Right? We have identified 5 paths. Place it here. Right? That 1, that 2, that 3, that 4, and 10. 46 days, 32 days, 60 days, 72 days, 62 days. Critical path is path 2. This is the cost I got it from the normal durations, 55,400. Okay, right. Now, so we have to proceed it. Before that, we have to check this cost law of critical activities. Cost law of the critical activities. Now, look at the cost law of the critical activities from the table. Now you see that these are the critical activities. Let me copy this shaded area. These are the critical activities. B is a critical activity. Which is also it's G also critical. So G we have to know. Out of these 4 critical activities, which has more cost load?
A. A.
Right? A is the no, this table. Look at this table. Which activity has highest cost load?
A, sir.
A. No? So which is the second highest?
B.
Right. Which is the third highest?
B.
Which is the last one?
G.
So here, for this normal calculation, you have to consider this as a first priority. You will understand later why you have to consider first priority. Yeah? Here 1. The second lowest is 2. Second lowest, huh? The highest. This is 2. Second priority. The next lowest is
I.
5. That is the third priority. This is A is about our fourth priority. Later you will fourth priority. You will understand why I am taking in a different order here. Don't worry about that. So first priority I am giving G. Right? So that is the critical path activities G. But the cost slope is only 100. Now you see that no, number 2 is in the fourth.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
So now we consider about activity G, where as first priority, 8 days we can reduce it from the normal diagrams. So now I copy this normal diagram again. Abhishan? Yeah, my right, students, sorry for that. You look into that. So now I copy the normal diagrams. So you see the effects on, if you take G, activities G is here. Right. What will happen if you reduce the 8 days in G minus 8 minus 8 minus 8, then it's become as 24 minus 8, 16, no? 16 plus 16, how much? Yes,
92.
32. Yeah, 32. Right? But here, 4 is here 15 plus 16. It's a 30. No problem. Here 32 plus 22, how much?
64.
54. Plus 10, how much? 60.
64.
So we can do that reduction, no problem, because if you come this way also 40 plus 6, 46, no issue on that, right? So G we can reduce 8. So in the G, if you reduce 8 days, what will happen? If there's any changes in P1, you see G is there, where? Only here. Here is there. Only two places G is there. P3 and P4. So there is no changes here, 46. P2 also no changes, 32. We can consider P2 anyhow, no problem. P3, how much now? 60 minus 8, 50,
52.
50. And P2,
64.
P2 60. P5 62. No changes in P5. So now what are the critical path?
D4.
Only P4. It is a critical path. Still the isolated important. Now look at the cost wise. What is the effect of this? Cost reduction, cost increase. By reducing 8 days, cost increase by how much? 8 into 8 into 8 days into 100 more. How much? 800. No. How much is 100? Right. Cost will reduce by how much? Already 72 days there. Now becomes 64. Cost will reduce by how much? 8 into 8 into 300. No. How much? 2,400. What is the net effect? Cost will increase by, this is increase. This is increase. This is reduction. What is the net effect? 2,400 minus 800. Then net reduction is how much?
600.
1,600 is the net reduction. Now you see that now is a bargaining point here. This 300 reduction. Now is the bargaining, this 300 reduction and 100 is the deciding factors. In between the differences, 200 will decide. 200 into 8,600. Okay. So that's why we have to consider the lowest one first. That's why in the critical activities adjustment, we have to consider the lowest one first. Okay, that's why I'm taking 100. If I'm taking 460, cost will not going to reduce. Because bargaining point is 300 is a fixed point. Within that range, we can adjust it. Okay, so that's why I consider G as a first priority. Then what is the second priority? What is the second priority?
B.
Huh?
B. B.
Right, it is 240. Okay, B. So now we consider about B. What will happen to B? B, how many days? 4 days, huh? B is a 4 days. B is a 4 days. So if you go to the diagrams, B 4 days. That's a B. B 4 days. By reducing B 4 days, what will happen? B 4 days. Now reducing 4 days by B. Now you see that it's become 12 plus 60, 28. Here 28. Here, how much? This part. Important point. Now carefully observe that. If you look at this part, now tell me up to this range. Tell me that 14 plus 16 how much? 30, no? 30, no? So if you make this adjustment, we cannot do it. How many days we can adjust in B? Instead of 2 days, how many days we can adjust? Anybody? How many days we can adjust or reduce in B? Means O we cannot do it because now you see, because it's a 12 plus here 16, 28, here become 28. It's a critical path. Critical path is cannot reduce, but this one is become 30. So therefore, how many days we can reduce in B?
2. 2.
Yes, good. 2 days we can reduce. So if you put the 2 days here, then it's become 14, right? Here 16, 14 plus 16 is 30, right? This match with this one. Here 30, here also 14 plus 16, 30. Here 22, 52. Here 10, finally it's become 52 plus 10,
62.
60, right? So that is the important point you have to be understand. Right? Why we are not making all 4 days in B, only 2 days possible, because critical path cannot become non-critical path. Last class also I said critical path cannot become non-critical path. So we have to maintain the status of critical path, and according to that we have to adjust it. So the B only we can make 2 days. So therefore in the table only we can we can you can make a note on somewhere, right? Otherwise we make it. Right? So only we can make 2 days. So now you see the B is where is here. B is here. B is all 3 parts is here. P2, P3, P4, B is there. So P1, no problem, 46. P2 now become 30. P3 now become 50. 50. P4 now become 50. Sorry, 62. And P5 also no changes, 60. So now what are the critical paths?
P4. P5.
P4, P3. Okay, very good. P4, P3. P4 and P5 now become as a critical. Now what is the adjustments in the post? Post will increase by how much? 2 into 2 into this post slope for the beam. 2, 4. That is equal 4, 80. Post will increase by 480. Post will reduce by how much? 2 into
300.
300, that is equal.
600.
What is the net effect? 600 minus 40, 408. Net effect is 120. Right? Because this is increasing. This is increasing. This is reducing. Okay. This is increasing and decreasing. So negative decrease, higher rate of decrease. So therefore, 120. Now you see that we have did only 2 out of 4 days. We have did only 2 days. What is the third period?
Hmm.
Hmm?
Right?
Can we do in I? Can we do it in I? Adjustment in I? Tell me that. Can we do it in I? No. Why? Our bargaining point is 300 and already you see that E and G post slope are within 300. This is 240, this is 100. But if you look at I and K, what's happening? Above 300. Fixed post. Already fixed post is 300 no? So that I and K, if you did, we can do it because if you are doing that, force will increase. Force will increase. Now, what is the next force? What is now is what is 55,200 minus 1,600 minus 120. Now, what is the cost? 53,480. Okay. If we are doing adjustment in I per day, cost will increase by how much? 380. Okay, because full slope is 380. Reduction is how much? 300. So with the net effect is cost will increase or decrease?
Increase.
Increase. So therefore, at this point we have to stop. Therefore, at this point we have to stop. We can do 2 this because I and K, we make a note on that. I and K, we cannot do adjustment because their force law is above 300. 300 mean fixed force is above fixed force. So if you are making adjustment, cost will increase. That's all. But our purpose is to find out what minimum cost associated duration. So what is the minimum cost now? What is the minimum cost to us now? 53,480. What is associated durations?
62 days. 62.
62 days. 62 days. So 53,480 is the minimum cost. Because after that we can, if you make adjustment, to increase. That is not a minimum cost. To this level, cost reduce again increase. So therefore, this is the minimum cost. This is the minimum. And beyond that, cost will increase. So thereafter we have to stop at that point. Okay. So minimum cost is 53,408. Okay, did you get the point? So now you see that the summary of the information. Right? Summary of this information. Right? Summary of the information. Okay, what is the project durations? Normal duration 72 days. What is the cost? Total cost is how much? What is 2 days? To cost how much?
55,000 200.
55,400. 55,200. Okay. What is the direct cost? Activity cost.
Then 600.
No. 23,600. No. Yes. What is indirect cost? Fixed cost. How much?
21,600.
21,600. Cash durations. What is the cost? Cash duration is how many days? Cash diagram. Cash durations 52. No? 52 days. Cost how much? 52 days. Cost how much?
55,200.
55,200. What is this direct cost? Same, isn't it? 33,600 here.
39,600.
Wait, huh? The total cost is this 33,000. Fixed cost how much for this cash duration time? Fixed cost is about 15,600. Done. Here fixed cost is 15,600. Right, 15,600. Total cost is okay. Here 33,000 plus this one. Difference. This is the crashing. 6,000 is increase. So that's why it's become as 33,600 3,600 plus 6,000 plus 3,600. The minimum durations, minimum cost, how much? Associated duration is now 62 days.
2 days.
62 days. Fine. What is the total cost? The minimum cost is 53,000. Okay. What is the direct cost? The fixed cost how much? 62 days. Okay. 62 into 300, 18,000. 18,600.
600.
Then the balance is how much? 53,180 minus 18,600, 34,000, 34,000, that's 800
80.
this has how much? 33,600. Within that 33,600 is additional cost how much? Additional cost we can see here. The increase is 800.
208.
1,280, no? 1,280. 1,280. 3,600 plus 1,280. It's for some. This is extra cost. Right, this is an extra cost. Right, so additional cost is 1,280. Yeah, additional cost is 6,000. Okay, that's 6,000. So you can see that, right, 33,600 plus this 6,000. So now you see 72 days, 55,200, 52 days also 55,200, right? And 62 days is 53,408, which is decision making point. Which one we will consider? If you consider cost factor, you will go for 62 days because it's the minimum. Because 53,408, but 62 days is the day. If you consider days are very important, duration is important. Therefore, 55,200 is a advantage point. Okay, because here ultimately there is a trade-off between cost and duration. That's a summary. Cost and duration, you can see that. 72 days, 55,200. Why it happen, you know that. Okay? Because crashing makes some impact. 55,200 because increasing rate, because you see here, increasing rate, you see this is increasing rate. Extra increases this much, 6,000. Extra reduction is how much? Extra reduction is how much? Increase is 6,000. Here you see that important things. Here increase is 6,000. This way. Reduction is how much? 72 into 52. What is the difference? 72 minus 52. 20 days. 20 days into 3,000. How much? 300. How much? Why it is same? So if I'm asking a question, why is same? This 72 days also 55,200. 52 days also 55,200. Why? This is cost increase 6,000. Activity cost. Right? This is activity cost increase by 6,000. Fixed cost reduced by how much?
6,000.
Fixed cost also reduced by 6,000. That's why this is remain as 55,200. But due to crashing, the extra cost is 6,000. Fixed cost also you see 32, 52, 20 days. 20 into 20 days into 20 days into 300. How much? That is
6,000.
6,000. So 6,000 reduction, 6,000 reduction in fixed cost, 6,000 increase in. This is about fixed cost component. This is about fixed cost. Okay. Fixed cost component is the reduction. Right? Fixed cost component is the reductions. It's a fixed cost. Right? This is a fixed cost. So therefore, if you're asking why it is happening, right? Why it is happening? Because due to crashing, cost will increase. Activity cost, direct cost increase by 6,000. Fixed cost reduced by 6,000. So therefore, it become again 55,200. Right? You see that realities. When you see the realities, those it's increase, this is reduced. Fixed cost reduced, activity crashing, activity cost actually 12,000. We get this at 12,306. We make adjustment on this is reduction for this. Therefore, actual increase is 6. Actually, in that point, actual decrease of fixed cost also 6,000. So therefore, even though it's become as a 72 into 52 days, cost-wise, same level of increase, same level of reduction. Therefore, again it's become as 50, 55,200. That is the reason behind it. Right? This is the total fixed cost, 15,600 for all 3 cases. Right? Yeah. Okay. Any doubts? Friends, do you have any doubts? You, I here, I there. You not understand the value of this word, right? In the examination, you will realize it. Okay, any questions? No questions, no doubts. 123 is here. Form 123 is here. I think she's the one made a request. I don't know whether she has written and get the knowledge. Okay, right. So my role I have completed, and your role is to ladies. Okay, thank you very much. So students, so that time I advise don't join with your names. That's not going to get any benefits for you. It ends by 0. Okay, if you don't have any questions, then we can stop it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
sir.
I think 5 or 6 plus participants.
Recording stopped.